Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another one of my videos, and today's topic will be talking about a serial killer in the UK. Now, quite a lot of serial killers are portrayed in America, like John Wayne Gacy and Ted Bundy and Richard Ramirez and the guy, who's that guy with glasses? Jeffrey Dahmer. That's it. I mean, if I say these names, you know who I'm talking about. If I put a picture of all four of them, you know which one's which. They're quite, I don't want to say famous, but they're quite recognisable because there have been movies about them, there have been countless of documentaries about them. But the ones I'm talking about are from the UK. Now, we have quite a lot of serial killers in the UK, not just Jack the Ripper. We have another famous Ripper called the Yorkshire Ripper, who murdered, I think, 13 women, 13 prostitutes. I'm not sure. 1 second. 22, sorry. 22, but 13 confirmed. He died in prison in 2000, I believe. And, he started his killing spree. Went about in 1975 towards the 80s. Another serial killer was the Moors murderers, Ian Brady and Myra Hindley. 5 victims. They killed 5 kids, not babies. I think they're around about between the ages of 5 and the ages of 8. And they buried their bodies in the moors. Now, if you don't know what the moors is, it's like a gigantic open land. It's massive. Beautiful, but massive. And the next one is Fred West and Rosemary West. Now, these dirty bastards kidnapped teenagers. I think it's 12 victims, and he raped all of them and buried them underneath the kitchen, and I believe she killed a few of them as well. And from what I've read, they actually sexually molested their own kids as well. Now, she's still alive in prison, but he, I believe, killed himself. And I believe he took his own life in Birmingham prison. So fuck him. But the one I'm talking about today is a nurse, and her name is Lucy Lebby. I thought it was Lisa Letby, but it's Lebby. But whatever, fuck this bitch. She's been accused of murdering 5 baby boys and 2 girls, attempting murder 10 other babies in Countess of Chester Hospital in 2015 and 2016. Manchester Crown Court heard that child E mother did not realise her child was being attacked and was told by the nurse the blood that was coming from his mouth was because of the tube. The nurse is accused of murdering child E and attempting murder of his twin child F. The following day, the court heard how the twins were born prematurely, and Miss Lebby was the nurse that was looking after the 2 boys at the time. The jury was told the mother interrupted Miss Lebby, who was in the process of attacking child E. She didn't realise this. Child E's mother found her son distressed and bleeding from his mouth. The nurse attempted to reassure the mother and said, wait for it, trust me, I'm a nurse. Fucking nurse from hell. The court heard the nurse urged the mother of child E to go back to her ward, which she did. The mother did. I fucking wouldn't. I'd slap the shit out of her. But she was so concerned, she rang and found her husband. And Miss Lebby later made a record on the nursing note, which was not true, and decided to cover up her tracks. And the court heard that child E was bleeding so heavily, one of the doctors said he has never encountered such a large amount of blood coming from a small child. The prosecution also told the court Miss Labie added insulin into child F's baby feed. This caused child F blood sugar to start to drop. Mr. Johnson said somebody poisoned him because no other baby in that unit was prescribed insulin. This was intentional. He goes on saying that you know who was in the room at the time because you have them on record, which nurse hung the bag. Now, there is some positive news. Baby F, he survived. He survived this ordeal. His nutrient bag was replaced in time and he survived, which is a fantastic thing. The weird thing is, Lucy, the nurse, claimed taking quite unusual interest, it says, in the parents of the twins, searching them repeatedly on Facebook, including on Christmas Day in 2015. Now, unfortunately, she did kill more babies after child F. Fucking hell. I'm reading this now and it's absolutely horrifying. Lucy was working on the night shift when child C died, and she's working on the other shift when child A died. His twin sister, child B, collapsed. Mr. Johnson also said Lucy's method of attacking these babies was beginning to develop. She had injected air into the bloodstream of the first twins, child A and B, and approached by injecting air into child C's stomach. It goes on saying that the baby girl had an infection but was responding well to the treatment. Then she collapsed. She collapsed a total of 3 times and couldn't be revived. At the time, 3 children had died and 1 was in life-threatening situation. Only Lucy was constant present when every child died. Now, of course she denied all this, saying that it wasn't her. But unfortunately for her, she was writing shit down. She was writing down everything that she was doing. And they found a notebook, or the piece of paper that she was writing on. And it was just a bunch of scribbles. On it was said something like, she's a bad person, she knows what she's done is wrong, she's gone to hell for this, she's never going to be forgiven, she's never going to get married, she's never going to have kids of her own. And this boils down to one thing for me: it's spitefulness. It's jealousy and spitefulness. She knew that she wasn't going to have kids or ever get married, and she was jealous of these women, I think, and which drove her to kill their kid, which is absolutely fucking horrifying. Because imagine you being a mother and a father, well, going to be a mother and a father, 9 months of anticipation, hard work, especially on the mother's half. You know, your body's changing for 9 months. Okay, your hormones and appetite is just bouncing off the fucking walls. And you go to the hospital, you give birth to twins, or you give birth to a girl or a boy or whatever, and it's healthy and you're holding it and you're happy, and you give it to this nurse that comes to you with a smile on her face, and you think your child's going to be safe, and you hand that child over, and then she goes and kills it to make it look like an accident. This bitch is going to fucking, she's going to hell. I don't believe in a hell, but if there is a hell, she is going first class there, and I swear to you, I'm taking her fucking soul, personally. She'd be in prison, washing her disgusting fucking witch tits, and I'll creep up behind her in the shower and slap the fuck out of her. Okay, I hope the inmates take this bitch out, because she is going to prison. Absolutely, 110%. It is a shame that in the UK we don't have a death penalty for bitches like this, because people like this deserve to be executed. And I don't mean like soft lethal injection. Take them outside to a yard, 3 British soldiers or police officers just fucking shoot the bastards up against the post. But unfortunately, this country's soft, and that will never happen. She should stay in prison for the rest of her life. No parole, nothing. This woman deserves nothing but pain, misery, and death. Now, I'm going to stop talking about this bitch now because I've had enough of her. And I've been staring at her fucking face on my screen for about half an hour. And it's just infuriating me. So I'm going to have to go now. Thank you very much for watching. If you have watched this far, like I said in my previous videos, if you want to subscribe, please do so. If you want to share it, that'll help me out a lot. But take care of yourself and be careful who you give your kids to, because the people that you trust the most in life are the ones that will probably fuck you over.